Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. He's a member of the Judiciary Committee. Senator Booker, it's really nice to see you. Thank you for making time tonight.
It's good to see you too, Rachel. Thank you for having me.
It feels like a very small miracle to be able to report with eyewitnesses that there are bipartisan discussions happening among three bicameral, bipartisan, very serious members of Congress like you and Senator Scott and Congresswoman Bass. That alone feels like a glimmer of hope that I'm not used to feeling. Is it worth being hopeful about this?
It definitely is. I'll confirm that we've been talking literally for weeks, and those bicameral, bipartisan discussions have been really promising. We all have our lines. In other words, there's things that are critical for me to see in this bill, and we can't get it done in the Senate unless we have Republican support. And Tim Scott has been a good faith, honest broker in these discussions. So I'm very hopeful. But look, we are in the context, and it was very real over these weeks to see death after death of African Americans at the hands of police, and on top of that, the George Floyd trial. So I think that the sense of urgency is there to get real accountability in policing, to ban certain practices with police, to get more data available, to empower more oversight. So there's a lot of good discussions going on, and I think a sense that America needs something to get done. It will not solve all these issues, but it will be, hopefully, if we can get it done, it'll be a meaningful set of reforms that give us more strides towards justice.
Senator Scott is a Republican in the Senate who has received a lot of support from his own party. There's reports now that they're going to put him forward, for example, to give the Republican response to the speech that we don't call the State of the Union when President Biden gives his first speech to a joint session of Congress next week. Is it clear to you that Senator Scott is essentially negotiating with you and talking with you about this, not just on his own behalf, but that if he gets to a place where he's comfortable, that he could vote for some sort of policing reform legislation that you all work out together, that he will be bringing other Republican senators along with him?
Tim is very wise in this. I don't think he's trying to do something where he's going to stand alone. He's trying to bring along his caucus, and that's the challenge, is for us to come to agreements that are worthwhile. But again, I think he's negotiating in good faith, and he is keeping his caucus informed, and has the sort of auspices of his the Republican leader. So we are in a place now where I think all of us feel optimistic, but there's still some tough issues to negotiate out.
Is there anything that right now you can tell us is a no-go place for you in terms of what must be part of this, or it's not worth passing it? Do you have bright lines like that in mind in terms of what's the minimum that has to be here in order to make this worth pursuing?
I don't want to get into details to negotiate this out in public, but I'll say this. Look, I watch a funeral like the one you showed with Al Sharpton, and I think what really hurts me is I've seen it before and before and before. I'm sitting in a community where the number of young black boys we put in boxes, it anguishes me to think about it. And so this legislation for me has to take strides towards saving black lives, to ensuring that we can stop some of the things that killed Eric Garner, like the chokeholds, or killed Breonna Taylor, like an unjust, in my opinion, no-knock warrant. We have to do something that maybe doesn't solve all the problems, I'm sure it won't, but that can give us a sense that this replay we've been seeing over and over, the wretched anguish, the pain, the scarring of our communities, the moral injustices that we all can agree on that should not happen. We have got to do something meaningful that makes that less likely in our country.
Senator Cory Booker, the former mayor of the great city of Newark, New Jersey, now Democratic U.S. Senator from New Jersey and a member of the Judiciary Committee. Senator, it is always great to see you. Thank you for being here, particularly on this topic tonight.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you.